On the other side of the Atlantic, more specifically in China, Catholics are forced to retrace the path of the first persecuted Christians. It is the harsh reality of the underground Catholic Church, imposed by the Cultural Revolution of the tyrant Mao Zedong in the early 1950s, with the creation of the People's Republic of China. According to calculations by award-winning University of Hawaii political science professor Rudolph J. Rummel, some 76 million people were killed by the regime between 1949 and 1987. The advent of Chinese communism provoked an avalanche of persecution of religion. Temples were desecrated, churches and convents closed, faithful were killed. To prevent the birth of new vocations and the authority of Pope, the government created in 1957 the Catholic Patriotic Association. Since then, the Holy See's relations with the tyrannical regime have been dragging on in an untroubled way, mainly because of the illicit episcopal consecrations promoted by the association. Last year, after breaking with the state and announcing that he would no longer serve the communist regime, the newly ordained bishop, Archbishop Thaddeus Madakin, disappeared. Catholics accused the government of having imprisoned them. Indeed, seminarians who wish to serve the church have to face a real journey, sometimes even going to other countries, in order to receive an adequate doctrinal formation. This is the case, for example, of the young deacon Thomas Zhang, who dreams of becoming a priest for the church in his country. 6 years ago in Pamplona, Spain, Zhang was ordained a deacon by Archbishop Francisco Perez. On the next 7th of September, he will be ordained a priest in Navarra. As he reports, the life of a Chinese priest is not very different from that of other countries, except in terms of security concerns. They have to work secretly and many sleep during the day and work at night, when the police sleep to avoid going to prison. The Chinese Catholic Church, says Zhang, is an authentic house church, since most Eucharistic celebrations take place in the homes of some families. Aware of this conflicting situation, Pope Francis urged Chinese Catholics to be faithful to the successor of Peter, and to live in each day in the service of their country and their fellow citizens, in a way consistent with the faith they profess. The request was made at one of the traditional Wednesday general hearings. Considering the distance and diverse circumstances in which Catholics find themselves, the Chinese reality seems surreal. But it is not. The process of secularization in Western countries is moving at great strides, and the final destination is not very different from that of the Eastern Brothers. When you have faith only as a presupposition and you put social activism in its place, it doesn't take long for that presupposition to disappear and activism becomes demagoguery.